This is an exciting day, is it not? All right. Well, I'm going to need a little bit more enthusiasm as we go along, by the way. My name is Shagun Idowu. I have had the pleasure for now 3 years to serve as the Chief of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion. This is our second Space Grantee press conference. We're looking forward to all the others because these are always exciting occasions, but all of you look so lovely today. All these smiles and warmth and generosity here. It's great to see all of you. I am also mostly here to take up everyone's time. So before we get into the program, I just want to acknowledge, there's like several hundred people in the room, it feels like, but I'm going to call out just a couple who have helped in this process. So I want to, first of all, thank the Space Review Committee, the folks who selected our grantees. But for those that are in the room, I'm going to say your first name and your affiliation. So Aaliyah, who's our Director of Business Strategy, Kelsey. I feel like we're at an award ceremony. So we're gonna go through all the names and then clap. So Kelsey, our Director of Communications, Shanice, our Business Strategy Manager. You can also wave your hand where you're at. There you go. Emily Patrick, who's one of our neighborhood business managers. There we go. Demaria Stukes right next to her, also a neighborhood business manager. Gisela, who's with the Boston Local Development Corporation. There we go, BLDC. And then Asha, our Roxbury liaison, who's here. All right. And then our stakeholders and our partners in the community. So I see John Hurst with the Retailers Association of Massachusetts, Eric Estevez with the Main Streets Foundation. We've got Marvin Vinay with Tech Goes Home. We've got the SBA crew, Bob and Norm and Tyrone, who are here. We've got, and I saw Mike sneak in. So Mike and Mike Nichols and Sean at the Downtown Boston Bid. We've got Robert George from the Roxbury Main Streets. We've got Casey Baines and Megan from the Boston Chamber of Commerce. And we've got Onyx Group represented. I'm going to call you all out. We've got Roxbury, Carlos, who's a stakeholder here in the Nubian Square community. All right. Who am I missing? All right. Don't get mad at me if all right. I actually only had 3 minutes to talk, and I've already been over for 5. So I'm just going to say a couple of things. And I also want to thank Joe, who's our interpreter for today. Okay. So Aaliyah may repeat all these statistics, but just so that you all know. What we are sharing today and announcing, and so proud to be able to celebrate with all of you, there are 37 really brilliant entrepreneurs, small business owners who are in the room today that we, as a city, are proud to award more than $4.5 million to help them, to give them the space to grow. That's our tagline. But to ensure the prosperity of our communities all across the city of Boston. In total, though, the city has given out $7.5 million through this program to 61 grantees all across that are reflected all across this city. And we have one more round to go, so it's 7.5 so far and 61 so far, and we're hoping for another announcement and supporting so many other businesses. Of this group, 74% of these grantees are people of color. 68% are women-owned businesses. And one of the reasons we're really proud of this is that for a long time, many programs, the statistics were reversed. And for a city that has been growing and thriving and has become more diverse, it is a really, really great thing and a credit to not just the team that helped with the selection process, but to all of you who stood up and actually applied, that we are able to make sure that all of our programs, particularly in the Office of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion, but throughout the city of Boston under Mayor Wu, reflect this city that we love and have grown up in. So I'm going to say 2 quick things. I feel like a Baptist preacher because usually a Baptist preacher will say, I'm going to take my seat, and 10 minutes later they're still up there preaching. So one is why I'm very happy that this go-around we're here in Roxbury to make this announcement. So in 2030, the city of Boston will be celebrating 400 years as a municipality. But Roxbury will also be celebrating 400 years because it was in 1630 that this, well, it was a town, and then it became its own city, and then it was incorporated into Boston. And Roxbury played a really important strategic role here in Massachusetts. It became one of the centers of trade. So in order to get somewhere, you had to come through Roxbury, and so all the trade happened here. But also Roxbury provided all the raw materials for this growing city. It was called Roxbury, not R-O-X, but R-O-C-K-S-B-E-R-R-Y, because the rocks that were here in this part of town were so tough that it became very difficult to farm, which is what the colonists relied on. But one thing that we know is that when rocks are just lying around, they're useless and they get in the way. But when rocks are pressed, when rocks are formed, when they are pushed into through this process to become stones or linoleum or granite, they become important bedrocks and foundations for everything that comes on top. And so what I'm really happy about is that here today we are continuing this legacy through the Space Grant Program of taking rocks that a lot of people refuse to do anything with. We are taking those rocks and investing time and resources for the city of Boston to help turn them into the foundations, into the cornerstones of all of our neighborhoods here in the city of Boston. And so I want to thank all of you who are the grantees for, again, your brilliance and your tenacity and the fact that you were at one point the stones that the builder refused. I saw Reverend Renee here, so I wanted to bring it up. But you are now the cornerstones of all of the communities that you're going to be in. And so we really, really not only appreciate you and are grateful for you, but we need you. And we're so grateful that you have stepped up to support our communities. Finally, and I'm going to take my seat, one other 8th grade history lesson for all of you. So today is April 3rd, and 76 years ago in 1948, President Harry Truman signed something that became known as the Marshall Plan. And this was an act that Congress had passed to help make investments in Europe after a great cataclysmic event here in the world called World War II. And I'm bringing this up because I think it's also very interesting that we are acknowledging all of you on this day and talking about these investments that we're making, because I think of the WU recovery plan for the city of Boston as all of us have emerged from our own cataclysmic global event known as COVID-19. And since the mayor has come into office, this administration has made many significant investments in our communities to ensure that generations from now, just as today Europe is thriving because of investments that we made shortly after World War II, that the investments that we're making as an administration are helping to ensure the prosperity of this city for many, many, many generations to come, whether it's the $200 million that the mayor used to invest in affordable housing to make sure that we're keeping the city affordable not only for residents who are here, but those to come, whether it's the investment that was made in making sure that 1,000 Boston residents will make it and will get careers in the life science industry, whether it's the investments that have been made in our supplier diversity program to, in one fiscal year, we were just at the Bowling Building several months ago to talk about in 1 year going from 5% to 14% of spending with diverse companies in this city. The $9 million space program that we're announcing today, office to residential, the block part. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. And I mean, I could take 20 minutes to do it, but then everyone would get mad at me. But just to say that I am really happy to be able to be here to get away from the microphone shortly, but to introduce a person who has put together this economic recovery plan that all of us are benefiting from, but that our children and our children's children will continue to reap the benefits of. And so without further ado, I want to introduce the person that's responsible for all of us being here today, our great mayor, Michelle Wu.
Is it afternoon now? Yes, morning. I did a commute with me this morning starting at 7 a.m., so I've had a full day, and I'm thrilled to be here with you all to celebrate. First off, to the incredible team members that the chief already recognized, both our internal teams at City Hall, but also we see you all as part of our teams in all of the organizations that you run, in the businesses that you're stewarding, and so we are so grateful for you. I want to just recognize that when he refers to the WOO plan, WOO was just short for Ida Wu. So we are here because of the brilliant leadership and relentless focus of our team in City Hall, that we are going to refuse to settle for things being how they've always been, and one by one, block by block, stone by stone, take the power that we have to build something that will last. And that is all of you. You heard a little bit, just a snapshot of the many programs that this incredible team has been leading on. And sometimes it's hard, and people have said, well, try not to do so much because people can only remember 3 things, and none of this is going to matter. I really believe what we are trying to do, if you boil it all down, is we are trying to make Boston a home for everyone, in all senses of that word. And so home relies on having a house, yes, but it's much more than just where you go to sleep at night. In Chinese, the word for home, the character jia, is actually the same word as for family. And so you have to be really specific when you're talking about going to this, use this character. Are you going to the place, home, or are you going to visit your family? And that sense of home is about having your basic needs met. Home is where your dreams grow. Home is where you are with your family. And in Boston, we want that family to include everyone. And so even walking in, our host here, who knows the city of Boston very well, and we go way back to trying to fund youth summer jobs back in the day, and we could have a whole conversation about that. But thank you, Ms. Pamela, for your service to the city, and to your family for welcoming us to this beautiful space. We were talking about her vision for this is where what we might think of the economic activity of the small business is going to happen, the cuts and the styles and the workforce. But out front in that space, she said, this is where we're going to be the community hub as well, of having a space that might not necessarily even be income generating directly, but a space for people to be, to build their families, to make connections. And that's really, I think, what every neighborhood small business is at its core. It's a space where people feel at home. And as someone who way back in the day got frustrated enough with city permitting around small businesses when I was opening up my tea shop to say, not appropriate for public consumption, about this, I'm going to try to change things. The idea of running a tea house was about building a living room that everyone would feel safe and welcome and have fun in, whether that was a birthday party, book reading, poetry night, or just for kids in the neighborhood to know their families can know this is where they would be and they would be cared for. And so that is what you contribute, and that is what you do for our communities. These small businesses truly make the spaces in our city home. Last summer, we announced our first round of 24 Space Grant winners. And today, just to give a quick status update, 7 of those winners are in the process of picking their location. 7 have signed leases or letters of intent, and 10 have already opened for business. Now, this morning in Nubian Square, with our second round of Space Grant awards and awardees, as you heard from the chief, more than $4.5 million in funding to 37 entrepreneurs, opening up and making vacant storefronts home. We are seeing new life in the city spring up in the form of barbershops and community hubs, in the form of flower shops and bookstores, cafes and childcare centers, studios, salons, restaurants, shops of all kinds, adding to the unique charm and character of each of the neighborhoods that these grantees will fill. from right here in Roxbury to Allston, Dorchester, downtown, East Boston, Mattapan, Jamaica Plain, Rosendale, Hyde Park, West Roxbury, Charlestown, Chinatown, Seaport, and the South End. We also see Boston's rich tapestry of cultures represented in the winners that we're celebrating here today as well, including entrepreneurs from Colombia, Eritrea, Haiti, India, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Thailand. We are so honored that you are choosing Boston to be a home for your dreams. Building a business on your block tells everyone in the neighborhood that you believe in that community and that you're there for them. There is nothing small about starting a small business or the impact that it has. And the city is so proud to be a small part in helping to give your dreams the space to grow. But we know that running a small business takes more than just funding and the right space. It takes a village, which is why in addition to the space grant, all of our awardees today will also get free memberships to the Associated Industry of Massachusetts, AIM, the Greater Boston Chamber of Commerce, and the Retailers Association of Massachusetts. Thank you, thank you. I want to thank these three organizations for opening their doors to our amazing businesses, and I know that they and all of your members will benefit from this partnership. And just a flag, as the chief said, for any entrepreneurs out there who are interested but haven't yet applied, there's one more round of space grants to give out, and it's open now. Applications are open now. So congratulations again to all of our winners, and thank you for investing your time, energy, and love into our communities. We are so excited to see your dreams come to life. Okay, so before I turn it back over, otra vez en español. Buenos días. El verano pasado anunciamos nuestra primera ronda de 24 ganadores de las subvenciones SPACE. Hoy, 7 de esos ganadores están en proceso de elegir un lugar. 7 han firmado contratos de arrendamiento o cartas de intenciones y 10 han abierto. Estamos aquí esta mañana en Nubian Square para celebrar nuestra segunda ronda de premios de subvenciones SPACE y ganadores. Más de $4.5 millones en financiación para 37 emprendedores que darán vida a sus ideas en escaparates vacíos de nuestros barrios. Floristerías y librerías, cafeterías y guarderías, estudios, salones de belleza, restaurantes y tiendas de todo tipo. Desde Roxbury, pasando por Allston, Dorchester, Downtown y East Boston, Mattapan, Jamaica Plain, Rosendale y Hyde Park, hasta West Roxbury, Charlestown, Chinatown, Seaport y el South End. Empresarios de Colombia, Eritrea, Haiti, India, Jamaica, Puerto Rico y Tailandia, nos sentimos muy honrados de que elija a Boston para albergar sus sueños. Y nosotros, en la ciudad, estamos muy orgullosos de dar a sus sueños el espacio necesario para crecer. Pero sabemos que dirigir una pequeña empresa necesita una red. Por eso, además de la subvención SPACE, todos los ganadores se hacen miembros gratuitos de AIM, la Cámara de Comercio de Boston, y la Retailers Association of Massachusetts. Y para los empresarios que estén interesados, pero aún no hayan aplicado, tenemos una ronda más de subvenciones SPACE que conceder y ya estamos aceptando aplicaciones ahora. Felicidades de nuevo a todos nuestros ganadores y gracias por invertir vuestro tiempo, energía y amor en nuestras comunidades.
Yeah, you thought I was done. Thank you very much, Mayor. And I am now, I'm going to invite Aaliyah Forrest to come up and join me. Before I hand it to her, I just want to build on, I think, that the Mayor just said. So really important, and John, I want to thank you for being here on the Chamber. These, AIM, the Chamber, and Retailers Association of Massachusetts have thousands of members across the Commonwealth. And it's really important, and we are so grateful to all of you that you have given free membership to the grantees, because what we know for small business owners is that relationships matter. And you are now being plugged into thousands of people who across the state who have the same businesses or can do things that provide for your businesses, but also lenders, people with money. So, but we're really grateful to you for that. For all the grantees in the room, can you raise your hand? Excellent. Look at that. That's beautiful. For those of you, this is your first location that this grant's going to help you open. Can you raise your hand? Wonderful. And now, for those of you where it's your next location. Excellent. So on that last point, I just want to say the other thing that I'm grateful to the mayor for providing funding for this program. For us at the city, success is not just helping our businesses open their first business, it's helping them open their second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. And we are really happy that this grant is helping us do that, and we are hoping to visit all of you at these next locations. So with that, Leah is the person on our team who has helped to put together this program with so many of our members of our team. And I know all of you are familiar with her because she answers your questions. She is help you navigate. She's connecting you to everything, in addition to all the other responsibilities that she has. And so we are really grateful and proud to have her on our team. And part of the reason we're here today is because of the work that Aaliyah has been doing for a long time.
Wow. Thank you, Chief. I'm very proud to be part of this team. I want to give a shout out to all of the grantees. If you're a grantee, Shagun stole my activity of raising her hand. So if you're a grantee, say, woohoo! Yeah. Consider me your hype woman in our office, along with the small business team. Emily and Demarius are here also to help all the businesses to connect to technical assistance, for sure. This is the most vibrant vacant storefront in the city right now. And it has working bathrooms and delicious food provided by one of our grantees, Gourmet Creole. So definitely have some of that delicious food. It smells so good. So I'm here to introduce some more speakers, some business owners. We heard that there is a large percentage of women business owners in this cohort. Yep. So all of our speakers are ladies. So it's great. So I'm going to say all of your names, and then they're all going to come up and share a little bit more about their business and what they're going to do with their space grant. So Pamela Lanes of In the Cut Barbershop. This is her space. Thanks, Pam, for letting us use this space. Maya Bokopadea. She is the owner of Jadu, which is a wine bar soon to be in Jamaica Plain. And Natalie LaCour of Gourmet Creole. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Ha, I got more energy. Buenos dias a todos. My name is Pamela Lanes. I am the proud owner of In the Cut Barbershop that is currently in Mission Hill, and the proud recipient of the space grant, which you are standing in today. So this is the future of In the Cut Barbershop, Nubian Square. Mayor, I am so glad we're on the same, everything you said, I was like, yes, that's what I was gonna say. So everything that the mayor said, +1, check mark, high five, all of that. The sense of community and village is so important in everything that we do, everything that we are, everything that we will become. I have my family here. Shout out to my family who was always here representing. I was thinking about how over 50 years ago my mom and dad came from Chile, and I think in their wildest dreams did they think that their daughter was going to be an owner of 2 barbershops, and 3 and 4 and 5 barbershops in this city. So, thank you for taking that risk and coming on over here, and I hope that your American dream is manifesting. I won't take up all the time because Chief already has done that. But I did want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you so much, Mayor, Aaliyah, your team, amazing, fantastic. We opened up our first barbershop in 2019, right before the pandemic. We survived the pandemic. This year we're celebrating our 5th year as a barbershop. Which in small business years, it's more than dog years, I feel like. And then you add the pandemic, and I feel like we've been here forever. So welcome. I hope that when we do open up this space, we see all of you here. As the mayor said, this will be the actual barber shop. The front will be the village space. So that's how I really want everyone to think about. I'm super excited to be here in Nubian Square, truly the heart of the city. I'm truly proud to be a woman-owned barber shop owner, however you say that. And I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'd be remiss. I'm really bad. I want to shout out to my landlord, Carlos Castillo. Carlos has been an amazing, amazing, amazing cheerleader and supporter in just dealing with my crazy one and providing space and really keeping it within the community. So Carlos is the landlord for many of the spaces here in Nubian Square and beyond. So if you are any of the space grantees that are looking for space, please go talk to Carlos. Highly recommend. See? I got a discount, right? And yeah, so welcome. My house is your house. And come on now. All right, come on now.
Thank you, Pamela. Tough act to follow. My name is Maya, and I'm the owner of Jadu, which is plans to be a coffee shop by day and wine bar by night in Jamaica Plain on Center Street. I relate so much to what you were saying, Mayor Wu. Jadu means magic in Hindi. And our name is a nod to that spark that you feel when you're in a restaurant or a coffee shop or just your friend's living room and you're loving the food and the drink and the music and the setting, but most importantly, you're loving who you're there with. And so Jadu hopes to be a space that cultivates that deep sense of connection with yourself, with your friends, with your neighbors, and with your community. We started Jadu, my business partner Gabby and I, in 2023. It started as a glorified house party. And from there, we grew to have, I think, 8 wine-focused events last year, and we got to collaborate with some of our favorite businesses, Third Cliff Bakery, Tres Gatos, and local independent wine stores, Streetcar in Jamaica Plain, and Neighborhood Wines in the South End. It was such a treat. And then fast forward to February of this year, we found a place, we signed a lease. Jadu has a place to call its own, and thank you. And the space grant is such a big deal for us. It allows us to undertake the renovations that we need to make better use of the space, but also to really create a space that cultivates that spark of magic and that sense of connection. So our plan is to open in the summer as a coffee shop, and then fingers crossed, liquor license, God's willing, as a wine bar in the near future after that. I just want to express a deep and heartfelt thank you to Mayor Wu, to Aaliyah, to Emily, and to everyone at the Office of Economic Opportunity and Inclusion. This is clearly such a well thought out, meticulously put together program, and it's a game changer. It really has the ability to make a huge impact in the lives of small business owners and by extension the communities that we serve. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to see what all of us do with the Space Grant Award. So thanks everyone.
Kijanouye, bonjour, bonsoir. My name's Sak passe? All right. So my name is Natalie LaCourse. I'm the owner and founder of Gourmet Creole Food Truck and Catering Company. And we launched in April of 2021. And I just want to say for me, for my business, I've been looking for a space for over 2 years. And it has been very difficult. So for Gourmet Creole, the space grant from the city of Boston is a financial boost for what we're going to be bringing to this community. And it's a powerful endorsement that straightens our position in discussions with landlords. Because before that, I've had landlords tell me things like, we don't want your business in our facility and things like that. So thank you, Mayor Wu, for giving me and all of the grantees the opportunity to be in conversations now with these landlords. The support is instrumental in securing our location for our first restaurant, bringing us closer to realizing our dream of sharing Haitian culture and cuisine with a wider audience in the city of Boston. I just want to let everyone know who, I don't know why I'm so nervous, but this is me. But I just want to let everybody know that since the crisis has been going on with the immigrants in the city of Boston and Massachusetts, Gourmet Creole was called to action in July of last year. And so far, we have made over 225,000 meals to feed the migrants out of a shared kitchen space, providing them culturally appropriate meals. This is so important for these families because everything that they eat back home is hot. Breakfast is hot, lunch is hot, dinner is hot. So when they get to taste home here, this is something that they're just so grateful and have so much gratitude for the city to support these meals for them. Another thing I want to say is I've hired 37 immigrants that have been in the shelters who now have status, who are also preparing these meals for their fellow brothers and sisters. So I think this is what this space grant is going to do for Gourmet Creole, is to give my family that's took this treacherous venture to get here for the American dream and give them an opportunity to work, to support their families back home, and also to support their families here. So thank you, Mayor Wu. Thank you to your administration. I appreciate you guys so much for opening many, many doors for Gourmet Creole and beyond.
It's me again. Excellent job. And Greg, I hope you heard meticulous program that has been helpful. We have journalists in the room. We want to make sure they get it right for Mayor Wu's done a great job. So the final, and we have been joined by Alicia Porcena, who's our Director of Small Business. So the last speaker for our Easter special here is Robert George, who is the Executive Director of the Roxbury Main Streets. I mentioned earlier that Eric Estevez is joining us from the Main Streets Foundation. So the city has a critical partner and ally in our Main Streets. It is folks like Robert and all of our other 19 other Main Streets that are going to help make sure that for all of those who are moving into these spaces, that this program can truly be tied to another program that the Office of Small Business is leading called our Legacy Business Program, which helps support and honor businesses that have been around for 10 or more years. And the only way we're going to make sure that we help, especially those who are opening their first business, get to 10 years is by partnering and working with organizations like our Main Street. So I want to invite Robert to come share a few words.
Good morning. Thank you to Chief Idiwu, and most importantly, thank you to Mayor Wu. I see Damaris has disappeared, Emily and Alia, because without these guys, we wouldn't do what it is we do here in Roxbury. This is truly an exciting day for us here in Roxbury. The Space Grant Program is part of one of the important catalysts in the ongoing redevelopment of Roxbury and Nubian Square. Quite frankly, without these fundings, a lot of these business coming into Nubian Square and the 19 other Main Street districts would not be possible. This is so important because small business have a challenge in coming up with the funding for prime location such as this, and the Space Grant has done that. So thank you very much. This is really an exciting day for us because we work hard every day in collaboration with this chief and his staff earlier in the back in terms to try to bring Nubian Square back to what we all know it is. And we are on our way there. We are getting there. For instance, after this, we have a number of housing projects, new store developments are coming on board to give it a critical mass of families in a business district to make it succeed. So that all the things you may hear of, the negative things in the past, that's history. And we're creating a new history in Roxbury today. And we're moving forward in terms of having a vibrant storefront district. I'm truly excited. I'm so excited I'm actually trembling because we have worked so hard to get to this point. You've worked real hard. I see Emily and Damaris back there, some of the guys I work with on a daily basis. It's challenging. It's difficult. But we've got to thank Maywu for her leadership because there have been not hundreds, millions of dollars have been invested in the infrastructure of Roxbury. And folks are not aware of that. Thank you very much, Maywu, for doing that. And we hear of the Maywu or Idiwu plan, whatever it is, it is groundbreaking, it's visionary, and they do have a plan. And we're working hard with them to make it happen. So welcome to Nubian Square. Come on back and shop. And welcome and congratulations to all the awardees. If you're looking to move into Nubian Square anywhere in Roxbury, we hold the key to that, Roxbury Main Street. So get in touch with us, because the partnership with this city is true, it's true one, and we work hard. I say to folks every day, you have no idea the challenges that we have, and you have no idea the leadership from Alea and Chief Idiwu and the Mayor's office making us survive. We're not surviving, we are thriving, we are growing. The future of Roxbury and Nubian Square is bright. Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, the moment that all of our grantees have been waiting for, the giant check, which is behind me. So I'm going to ask all of our grantees first to come up to the front here. We're going to take a picture with the mayor with the big check, and then we invite others to take photos with their family members. So I think they're going to move this out the way, and we're going to.